after the game, Brock said, they're really itching to get back into the end zone. Have you seen that affect their confidence at all?
I don't think so. I mean, again, I'm proud of the group. We challenged them. It was a tough week, obviously, after South Carolina, and again, they had a great week of practice. I thought they competed extremely well. You're a play away from beating the #1 team in the country, and so he's been steady. These guys have been steady, and we're obviously itching to get back for another one this Saturday. So,
and some of those plays that were close, how tough is that watching some of them on film? And do you at least feel confident knowing that, like, it's here if we just execute a little bit better?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I thought the effort was there. I think that's a huge thing. I think you look at I think we had the one penalty in the game, a lot cleaner operation. We think things are there, and we just got to keep working. This is not a, final product in week 2 or week 3. It's constant state of improvement. That's the message for them, for myself, for everybody, and we got to keep taking the next step.
Which I know you guys said all spring and summer that Demi and Chip were kind of neck and neck there, but has Demi even surprised you a little bit with how good he's been, or is this what you all expected when he was going to take that?
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of a surprise. Obviously, just when we certainly think highly of Demi, thought highly of Demi, but anytime you go in the SEC and you play against 2 good defenses and do what he did and the toughness he's running with, again, it's kind of like that quarterback. You just never know what to expect until they actually get those opportunities, and he's done a really nice job.
To piggyback off that, obviously the passing game isn't where you guys probably want it to be, but how nice is it to, in those 3 games, be consistent in the run game and have a good run game?
I think it's critical. This offense, it's always going to start with being able to run the football. At times, I think defenses have played pretty soft on the back end with us, and not allowed us to stretch the field as much. We got to do a much better job, as you alluded to, just in the pass game, more efficiency, throwing underneath. It's something we need to address, but having that run game has been impressive.
Wilcox got his first kind of heavier workload. What'd you see from him in that game?
Super pleased again. I mean, I think I might have said that right after that game. That was the initial gut reaction for a guy that's a freshman to get out there and go play tough. And I thought he really, protection-wise, was extremely tough there as well. And so he's always been willing. He's just a guy that needs as many reps as he can get. Again, one of those guys that maybe didn't think he was going to be getting as big an opportunity as he actually is, and we're pleased with bringing him along.
Last week, Coach Wolf said, pass protection is a lot about winning one-on-ones. Did they win more one-on-ones this week, or are there still sort of breakdowns in that is it just physical, or is it a mental thing as well there?
I think we took a step. Certainly, there were times, we always talk about explosive plays starting up front, and when it was blocked properly, we were able to push the ball down the field at times. And so I think it's just overall consistency, as we know at every position for 4 quarters, and it's assignment based, it's holding up, it's all those things. But certainly we need to take the next step in that category, and we're working hard to do so.
Where do you think Brock is in his development right now after 3 games?
I'm pleased. I mean, I think we know we got an extremely tough, accurate player. We really do, and I've been really impressed with not being too high, not too low. I mean, I think we all gotta rise up, and this is a quarterback-driven system, and making things easier on him and all that. But you look at how he rebounded maybe from that South Carolina game to play the school he was at previously, and how bad you want to play well in a game like that. And he was pretty steady, and I thought played well enough to go win that football game. So I think we know what we have there from a toughness standpoint, from a person standpoint. Never a finished product, just got to keep working one day at a time and keep taking the next step.
Do you have to, as a coaching staff, to kind of keep hitting them on that growth point so that it doesn't take another step back after a solid performance like last week?
Yeah, I think so. I think just maybe in this day and age, you got to eliminate the outside noise, if you will, a little bit, and just go back to work. There's got to be that laser focus on just taking the next step 1 week at a time, and each week just improving from position to position, to unit, and so they've been in a great place. They really have. I've been super proud of these guys, and I'm fortunate to work with them from the standpoint of they showed right back up the work on Monday for South Carolina after that game. They showed right back up the work after the Georgia game, and I think that's what all great teams have.
Coach, what you talked about just now, showing back up to work, how has been what's been the morale like of the offense coming back into work after such a close game where, you narrowly miss it? How's that been this week?
I think the thing we all realized was, again, the attention to detail, getting lined up, playing fast, eliminating penalties, all those things made us drastically better, now. Did the scoreboard show it? Absolutely not, and so, but I think when you go through a week like we did through South Carolina, where the second half there's just penalties, self-inflicted wounds, and then you go and play the number one team in the country, and you play relatively clean and have a chance at the end to win the football game, I think that practice execution equals game day reality. I think that focus has been turned up, and we got to keep it there.
It seems like Will Rodriguez has been working in there a little bit more. Is that just his physicality? Is you guys need help blocking, or is he doing other things too that maybe we just haven't seen yet?
I think he's played consistent since he's got here. He really does. I think he deserves an opportunity to continue to get reps, and so I think it's a combination probably of both, where we've been certainly pleased with him, but from a physicality standpoint, he's certainly done a nice job.
Bush, is the chemistry with Brock and the receivers where you want to be at, or is that something that still can only come with more time and game reps?
Yeah, I think it's always, these guys are playing together for the third game ever together, and as you guys know, you play well, the chemistry's really good. You don't play well, it's a work in progress, but I think those guys are again taking a step in the right direction. I think the pass game, just like the run game, it's an 11-man job. We've all got to be in it together. From a play calling standpoint to protection to getting the ball out, we just got to keep taking the next step there.
Obviously, the outcomes were not what you wanted, but can playing defenses like South Carolina, Georgia, especially Georgia this early in the year, kind of give you an indication of what you have on offense, what you need to work on, that sort of thing, give you a good idea of where you are?
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good idea. Our strengths, our weaknesses, the style of play, if you will, of what we got to do to win football games. Certainly in some ways we've been battle tested there, but we got some great opponents coming up too. We got a great opponent coming here Saturday that's won 10 games back-to-back years. That's got a big-time winning tradition and so on and so forth. So I don't think the competition's stopping anytime soon.
What does Ohio do defensively? What do you see on film from that?
I just see it as a group. I think it's a group that plays extremely hard. They are, and we've known about this program for a long time at different spots I've been. It's a blue-collar operation. They're scrappy. They move a lot. They tackle well, and at all levels. I think it's important for them to run the football, and it starts there. Personnel standpoint, they are solid in a lot of different spots, but this is a team that wants to fly around and play hard, and we got to match that, certainly coming off a game like we had last week.
Everybody good?